Hi, my name is Tammy, and I wanted to invite you to join me on a sneak peek into my adoption journey. I am in the process of adopting from Ethiopia, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But this week has been kind of a tough week for me, and I had been wanting to do these videos for quite some time, but I thought that this was just the right time. Plus, I got my hair cut today, so it looks really good. It's never going to look like this again. But thank you for joining me. This week, actually, it was my father's birthday on Monday. My father's been gone for almost 20 years, and it's really difficult for me. I was definitely daddy's little girl. And I just realized how badly, even almost 20 years later, how badly a daughter needs her father. And it really started me thinking about the adoption journey and about how so many kids out there need a family, and it's frustrating. I actually started this process about a year ago. On October 7th, 2011, I decided to adopt, and you may be wondering why. I didn't necessarily have infertility issues like a lot of other people. My issue was finding Mr. Right. I guess we'll say that I had selection issues. Maybe I wasn't so good with my selections. But anyway, last year I finally realized that my time to have a child biologically was probably over. And it made me extremely sad. It was a very difficult thing. But on the other side of that, um, I guess the piece of that that made me sad was to realize that, there's never going to be someone who looks like me. And some of you may think, hey, that's a good thing. But I think everyone kind of has that desire in their life to have a little one that looks like them. And also to think, that what my life would be like without children. I had always wanted children. It just never worked out for me that way. So I began to ask, just about life in general. Is this really it? Is this all that life is going to offer me? And I am a Christian, and I was really praying about it, and I knew that that wasn't all that God has for me. So um, I just prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. I was lucky enough to go on my first mission trip when I was 12 years old. And that experience totally changed my life. I always said I wanted to go start an orphanage with my mom, somewhere, someday. But those thoughts, they become distant memories as life tends to move on. All of us move on with our own lives. My mom had always encouraged me to adopt. And for years, but I'd been stubborn. I wanted a child of my own, biological child. Um, I guess it's kind of amazing what God does and how He puts people in your life. And even though they may not be good situations, they're there for a reason. So it was through a past relationship that wasn't very positive, actually, that I was connected to a local couple who had adopted from Ethiopia. And when I saw their little boy, I just totally fell in love with him, just in his pictures, actually. And then I knew this was my destiny, this was my calling, and the path I was to take to have a child of my own, and that's through adoption. So I'm going to stop here, and I'll be back for the next video. Hopefully you'll follow my journey. And this is video 1. Thank you so much for coming.